For today's discussion, and this is part of our user experience optimization talk series, we'll be talking about our mobile app development services. Whenever I go to networking events, conferences, etc., people are always asking whether Universal Equations develops mobile apps. The answer is yes, or C if you speak Spanish, or we if you speak French. So we will go into this a little bit. I only got a handful of slides to show you, just so I can show you the options that we have. And you all know one of the strengths of Universal Equations is the fact that we provide flexibility when it comes to our development services. And that flexibility extends to mobile app development. So we have, and we'll get into it, we have Flutter as a mobile app development framework that we use, and we also have something called React Native that we can use as a mobile app development framework. So those are the two choices you will get to choose from. Not all mobile app development agencies give you those types of options. We have them. Again, the strength in our organization is our flexibility. So I just say as an introduction, right? And these are things that you all already know. As more people access the internet via a mobile device, a well-designed mobile app can improve visibility and much more. And there's so many digital channels. I always say Universal Equations is a company that delivers digital experiences for organizations of all types and sizes. So that mobile app is one digital channel of many. Obviously, it's a very important one, et cetera, because you have multiple digital channels on the mobile app itself because you have social media, ad, et cetera. So the fact that so many people spend so much time on their mobile phones, it's, the mobile app is pretty important. And for medium-sized companies, they used to be able to get away with not having a mobile app presence or that type of presence. That's slowly no longer becoming the case. You all are going to need, like if you got a medium-sized food chain, folks may expect that you have an app where they can order food, where they can place a reservation, et cetera, or you can communicate to your customers' events. We got Thanksgiving coming up. Maybe you have a Thanksgiving special you got going on for folks who don't feel like cooking. So things of that nature, and you want to be able to send the mobile push alerts to let people know, that stuff is via the mobile app, et cetera. So, and also since a person's mobile app is such a personal device, you can provide some personalized offers and recommendations. That's if they, allow you to do so. Apple's actually really good about keeping data private. So, product design, same old same, right? We got some excellent UI UX design folks who have some very good ideas about design. Design actually is very important because if design is not good, a lot of times you're not going to want to use it. Just like a car. A car can start when you turn it on, but let's be frank. I mean, we're human beings. We like our cars to look a certain way, et cetera. We want a car that kind of fits our personality, et cetera. Maybe some features, that we want in it. But yeah, all that stuff is important when we're talking about the overall user experience, and we take that very seriously. So now that we kind of go into the platforms, that we use, we're going to start with React Native first. So let me give a introduction of what that is. It is actually a JavaScript framework, but it's what we call cross-platform. So you're able to, with one framework, create an iOS app, an Android app, and if you want, you can there's actually a React Native web where you can actually create a web app with the React Native library. But yeah, it comes from React. React is a JavaScript framework that's so excellent for building user interfaces, those intricate experiences that people expect nowadays. React's very good with that, and React Native allows you to extend that. And also, what's good about it is it allows folks who are typically web developers to actually, quickly be able to ramp up and become mobile app developers based on their JavaScript and web development technology knowledge. So that's pretty nice. And again, the fact that it's cross-platform is helpful because it saves time, and things that save time save money, et cetera, maintenance, et cetera, instead of having to maintain a Apple iOS app and an Android app. You have a cross-platform, and if need be, you can talk right to the native components of the mobile device, but usually you don't have to do that. This was started by Facebook. Facebook, a lot of good things came out of Facebook. They got some pretty smart people over there. But again, yeah, this is a really good framework for user interface customization that can give you the look and feel and functionality that you want your customers to have. So we're going to go a little bit more into React Native. Let's see if we can get a diagram or something so you can get a sense of what's going on under the hood. Here is just a way to get started. For those of you who are familiar with the npx commands, once you install the Node.js and you get the npm, npx, and all that, this is just a way to start up a React Native project. You are going to want some kind of simulator. This is an Android simulator. So this is, it's far beyond the scope of this talk to go into how to set up your Android simulator and everything, but it's doable. Download the Android Studio, whatever, get your simulator, and you can begin developing with React Native and just see some of the stuff that you can come up with. So we'll just give you some architecture of how this looks, because we're going to compare this to the architecture of Flutter, which we'll talk about next. So, like I said, you have the JavaScript here on the left-hand side. So, like I said, if you have web developers or you are a web developer, it makes it that much easier mobile apps, because you can use 80-90% of what you already know to create the mobile apps. And if need be, you can talk to some of the native services within their native. You can write native code to do that. Again, usually you don't, unless you need something very, 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 very specific. But usually React Native has enough to make that happen. And here's the bridge in between to get to the services that you typically see on a mobile device. So from here, let's see if we can get over to the Flutter, so we can get a chance to talk about that a little bit. And I think that might be all we need to discuss today. So this is just an overview of Flutter. It is open source, just like React Native. It's an open source SDK based on a programming language called Dart. This was actually started by Google. So you see Google and Facebook are always going at it, right? They're jockeying for the brightest minds, right? So, but both frameworks are good. Again, React Native is, I think, more geared towards people who are already doing web development. Flutter kind of comes from the opposite direction. People that are used to doing, maybe desktop stuff or something that's not a web application, or just traditional software development that's not on the web. So let's go into the architecture of this, and I think that'll be it. But like I said, I mean, with universal equations, again, our strength is the flexibility that we give you. We got folks that can do either one. We'll have a consultation. We'll have a discovery where we'll find out which one is better for you, and we'll get to work. We'll get our UX designers and stuff, get some mocks and stuff going, and we'll get a sense of the screens that you want to create, the functionality you want to create. We'll get a sense of what kind of data stores and content and other things that you use. maybe APIs that you're using already that we can pull data from, maybe get, do some personalization that way, some degree of personalization, and we can get right to work. So yeah, you see Dart down the bottom. That's the engine, and above that you see the framework on top of this. A lot of good stuff here. I mean, I'd love to go into some of these, but it's just outside of the scope of our conversation. So with that being said, I think you got an idea of what we deliver. So, when the next time someone comes to me and asks if Universal Equations does mobile apps, then I will direct them to this particular presentation so they can get more information. But I definitely think the fact that you spent a few minutes with us to see what we could potentially offer your organization, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And there is our website there if you want to go to the website and poke around, or you can send us a contact us message, subscribe to our newsletter, etc. Got some pretty good content coming out the newsletter. I think it's pretty valuable stuff. I think you get something out of it. But anyhow, that is all. I think I will talk to you all later. Peace.